What's up, Naldo? You ready for another episode of FYC Film Review?
Yeah, I think I am. Why don't we do Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3?
Ooh, Dream Warriors. That's a good one. We're going to need some help.
Did someone say help? Let's start the show.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of FYC Film Review. I'm your host, Gagne. With me, as always, is my partner, Naldo, and we've got a special guest. We are joined by none other than Gigi from the ridiculous world of Gigi Abrahams. How are you, sir? Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm great. And I was worried that you were going to get the whole sequence of letters and numbers to describe the channel wrong. You did well. Good job.
Practiced on here for about a half an hour before here, so...
I know. It's like having a movie star on, G. It's like, man, it's a long time. We've been wanting to do this for, of course, some time.
Well, this is my first sort of webcam interview with you guys, so I'm feel like celebrities to me.
Great. All right, gentlemen, you guys ready to do this?
Let's roll.
Okay, Nightmare on Elm Street. The year is 1987, rated R, and we get the third installment of the Nightmare on Elm Street, which happens to be a lot of people's favorite. I don't know if it hit as hard this time around, but it had some fun points. What do you guys think?
I agree. It's got that magic of when you see it as a kid and, they're fighting as teenagers against the notorious Freddy Krueger. It feels like you've got this power over, your nightmares, and that's what everybody wants, right? You want to be in control of your dreams. So
sure.
I liked it, though. I still enjoy it. It's still probably, you're right, my favorite.
I would have to agree. Out of all of the Nightmare movies, my go-to is Part 3. Hence, t-shirts here. Sort of slouched, so we're not getting that. No, as Gagne said, it's when you're a kid and you look at this movie, there's that sort of fantasy element that's going on. That's the way a team is assembled, to go and sort of fight Freddy. We get the Dream Warriors. So it's appealing that way. When you get older, you can appreciate some of the special effects as well. Some of the death scenes I loved, for example. It's maybe some of the best death scenes of the whole series.
I agree. I thought the first death scene, the puppet master scene, I mean,
right.
I was turning away. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't watch this. You got the veins popping out and the flesh popping out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about this. I mean, the special effects are downright pretty good in this.
For a movie from 1987, not to mention that you get Heather Langenkamp back as Nancy. And so it's almost like they forget about the second one, and this is like that direct sequel to the first one. And having her back is just like, yes, even though she's 4 years older and somehow has a gray streak in her hair and has a doctorate now. But, whatever. That's,
She's still smart.
Movie magic.
Smart.
No, it was from the stress.
Oh,
I had something similar myself.
That makes sense. Yeah,
going on.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Noted.
She was good in it, though. I mean, this should have been the second one, right? This should have been the sequel to the first one.
Yeah,
no?
Absolutely. Well,
I think so.
Is there maybe an argument that because she wasn't in the second one, we had to wait that extra year or movie?
Okay.
Is her return more powerful? I used the word powerful, but does it mean more that there's been a little bit of a delay? I mean, I like to think that the scene where she arrives back in the movie is, for me, one of the best scenes. I love it. She comes in and Kristen's doing the nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
She can't quite remember the last line, and Nancy just appears, never sleep again.
Oh, hey, I'm back. Nancy's back.
Wait, yeah, that's exactly it. Insert, hey everyone, Nancy's back. Brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, but there's some scenes in this that just, I don't know, and I'm still questioning some things. We just got done watching it just right now. And there's just some scenes where I'm like, wait a minute. So Freddy can now come out of dreams and hurt people? It didn't make any sense. The junkyard scene, when he came back, and so did something happen that I'm not aware of? Did I not catch something? He comes back and he possesses his bones and he got this army of darkness type of character? Come on.
But that's your movie magic. Can you? That's the movie magic. When he comes back because of, I mean, the thing that got me, I actually wrote this down. I've seen this movie about 700 times. I watched it last night, just in case I noticed anything else that I wanted to talk about. The thing that got me last night that I noticed probably for the first time, and it actually angered me a wee bit. I was like, that's poor. The Nun, right?
Why?
Amanda Krueger.
Amanda Krueger. So why at the very beginning of the movie when she meets Neil, why is she so cryptic? Why doesn't she just say, "Hi, Freddy's my son. This is what you have to do so that all these teenagers don't need to die"? But she just
Catholic shame. She didn't want to admit that this was hers.
There was no admittance.
Yeah, that's my kid, but I don't want to tell you it's my kid.
Yeah.
Right. Aye. So that annoyed me.
It's for the audience. It's for the audience, right? Yeah. Amanda
of course,
Krueger.
it's the very last thing in the movie that you see is the big reveal that that was his mum.
I appreciated that about this one too. They do a little bit more to give some lore to Freddy. Like you get the backstory. You get I don't remember them saying that, he was the son of a raped, nun in the first one. So you just get these like deeper stories. Did they in the first one? Correct.
Sorry, I just had to
I
had to jump in there with it's the bastard son of 100 maniacs.
Ah, yeah, that line. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Hey.
I gotta ask, your favorite Dream Warrior, who is it?
Naldo, do you want to go first?
Oh, okay. My favorite Dream Warrior had to been, after seeing all the warriors, I used to think it was the wizard, but that wizard gave up really easily.
No.
He shot him with some lasers, and then he stopped, and then he picked him up, and I would have been like, here, have some more wizard powers on you, and he just gave up, and I can't do it. I think I'm gonna go with as Kincaid. I kind of like Kincaid, the strong guy.
I think Kincaid is not the easy option, but the popular option because he's got all the one-liners, stuff like that. Definitely when I was younger, Kincaid was probably my favourite. But a period happened where Taryn actually became my favourite. Because Taryn, see when she gets the rig out with the hair on the knives. Let's dance. That was badass. I thought that was cool, and she had a pretty good death as well. I mean,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but the first thing I noticed when she switched her switchblade, I just thought of that movie. What's that movie?
West Side
and they're
Story?
dancing. Yeah, West Side Story. That's all I thought was like this. I'm like this. Oh, come on.
She did say let's dance. So,
but yeah, I would say Taryn. Taryn's probably my favorite.
What about you?
I appreciated Joey's story more than anything because he's kind of like this worthless character who can't talk and is helpless, and then all of a sudden, in this moment that's behind me, which was one of my favorite, this fun shop of mirrors where they're all being pulled, he's the one that gets them all rescued in that moment and finds his voice. And spoilers, is one of the ones who actually moves on to a sequel. That doesn't happen very often in horror films, and so the fact that he, along with Kincaid and our main protagonist, she passes along to all the actress changes, but all the characters make it.
Kristen is replaced in part 4 by one of the best names ever, Tuesday Night.
Friday night could have been better, but Tuesday night's good.
Friday night, I love it. Joey though, did you guys notice in the beginning when he had a teardrop on his eye? He had a painted teardrop, and I thought, and I'm like, wait, is this guy a gang member that I don't remember? And then afterwards, he didn't have it, so he had a painted teardrop under his eye.
I think, does that not mean that he's got a kill at some point?
Yes.
The teardrop thing.
Yeah.
But you didn't see it in the rest of the movie. Yeah, no. That's very interesting. I thought I noticed it and then I forgot about it in the movie, so gonna have to dig into some Reddit threads and find out.
Maybe there's a side of a story that we didn't see, that Joey's actually there because he murdered someone. Because surely you're not going to get put into what is that, a mental institute?
Yeah.
Asylum? Hospital?
Psychiatric hospital, yeah.
Psychiatric hospital. Surely you're not going to be locked up, almost literally, in there just because you don't speak.
I don't know.
Surely he's done something. Maybe he's a hitman.
Maybe.
The silent assassin.
Poor Joey. And his dreams.
All right, so best death. That's the next one I need to know. What was your favorite death of this?
My favorite death in the movie is Philip.
Is that the sleepwalker?
That's just the puppet one.
Yeah.
Just because of you get that one shot where it's showing you the top of his foot, and you can see the physical effects,
yeah,
moving, that was class.
Absolutely. All right, I'll go next. So I'm with G on this one. I actually like Philip's death. The one thing that I had a problem this time watching the movie, as he's walking through the hall and the orderly's eating her lunch, he walks through a door. How the hell does he walk through a door?
Yeah.
I mean, he walks through the door. Explain that one.
Yeah, he should be walking. The shot that we see where he's when she's eating the tray of food.
Yes.
He should be banging up against the door like a lemming.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
It's a lock.
Because it's a physical thing. He's dreaming, but that's not the dream world that we're seeing. So people talk about part 2, when Freddy ruins the lore that he jumps out at the party and he's actually in reality. People seem to hate on that, but they forget what Naldo just said for part 3. They're doing it in part 3, which is supposedly everybody's favourite movie. Favourite Freddy movie. So Absolutely. Good point. Really good point.
Yes. Maybe just made
yeah. Yeah. A little slip up. If Wes was the director, he wouldn't have let that happen, I'm assuming. But
I will agree with that. Yeah. I would not.
I like to give him the benefit of the doubt there. It's got to be the TV lifted up and into the TV. I mean, I know you'll hate on the line, but Welcome to Primetime, bitch is just classic. It's like where Freddy kicked off the one-liners. That one stands out so strong, and then just to get put in, the TV, brutal.
That was my second thing that I was going to say, because that's everybody's favorite, just about, right?
Yeah.
Probably in the entire series.
Yeah. It's pretty popular.
I know a lot of people. Yeah. It's a good way to go. That's the way I want to go.
In a TV.
First through a TV.
Hopefully watching a movie. Yeah.
The feet dangling. Watching Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3.
There you go. Yeah.
Feet dangling. Brilliant.
That's hilarious.
Can I just point one thing out again that I noticed? People talk about scream queens and whatnot. Jamie Lee Curtis, whatever.
Yeah.
Tell me that you noticed how much Patricia Arquette screams in this movie, and what pitch that she actually screams. I had a glass.
It was very high pitched. You're absolutely right. I noticed that when she was in the hospital and they were trying to wrangle her. That was a high pitch. I'm like, man, she could scream.
Yeah. And it was repeated. It was constant. So I just want to point to give people that. Scream queen.
Yeah. Scream acrobat. She's an acrobat.
Well, in her dreams.
In my dreams, I can flip over Freddy.
I mean, let's go there if we can.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
What's your dream power? Right, well, I'm a wizard. What's your dream power? Well, in reality, I'm in a wheelchair, but in my dream, I can walk. That's a good dream. That's fair.
Yeah.
What's your dream, Kristen? I can do front flips. Kincaid, what's your power? I can bend chairs. Yep. If I was in that dream, Kincaid, what's your power? I would be punching through a wall and going, taking it more. But just if I can jump in on the wizard thing, when he gets killed, there actually was a whole sequence. There's more to that scene than we get to see.
Okay.
A bit cut. The documentary, Never Sleeps Again, talks about it.
That makes sense, because I just thought he just gave up. I was like, dude, you're a wizard. You just gave up. You're no wizard. Get out of here.
But I am the wizard master. I am the wizard master.
Oh, man. That's good. You guys want to rate this?
We must. We could talk about it all day, but I think we got to get to a rating.
All right, let's do it. 1 to 5. 1 being really bad, 5 being great. G, what are we going with?
Freddy Fingers is good. Let's go with Freddy Fingers.
Freddy Fingers. All right, you are our guest. You go first. Go ahead.
A lot of pressure.
No pressure whatsoever, but thank you. Okay, simply because I love this movie so much, and I've seen it so many times, I'm not going to give it 5. I'm going to give it 4 solid Freddy Fingers. I love this movie. So 4 Freddy Fingers.
4 Freddy Fingers. All right. You're up next, Kanye.
Strong score. I am close, and I think that in talking about it, I want to agree with you and join the party of 4, but I'm going to go with 3.5. 3.5.
Wow.
Freddy Fingers.
3 and a nub.
3 and one of those knives broke off in a fight, but and only just because there are those little tweaks of like stuff that happens that shouldn't be happening in the realm of the movie, and then the Dream Warriors just having really shitty taste in what their powers would have been.
Yeah.
Get more creative, and I think they do in other films, but this one was a little bit light on that. But the rest of it, solid still.
Okay. Yep. Nice. All right. I'm gonna go with three fingers, three Freddy fingers. It doesn't hit as hard. It doesn't hit as hard, but it's still a fun movie. I see a lot of flaws in it, and I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. It's nostalgic. It's fun. It's Freddy. It's probably the best in the series, I would say. I mean, this movie made a lot of money back in the day. It was a budget of what, like $4 million, and made like $44 million. So I mean, it's still a good movie, still a fun movie. I would definitely recommend it. But for me, it's a 3. It's a solid 3. 3's a good score. 3 fingers, Freddy fingers. Sorry, there you go. That's what I'm sticking with.
There it is, across the board, pretty solid scores, especially from our guest, Mr. G.G. Abrahams, here in the flesh, not in our dreams. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Yes,
that's a good one.
There. I've been your host, Gane, with me, my partner, Naldo. This has been FYC Film Review, and please check out our special guest, G.G. Abrahams. Gigi, please give a shout out to your show and where people can find you.
I am only exclusively on YouTube, and it's The Ridiculous World of G.G. Abrahams.
Love it. We will see you next time. Please check out his page. Let us know what you think of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 Dream Warriors, and we will see you guys next time.
Have a good one, everybody.
Take care.